chiriolats. Now today, because I'm saying hello with a non-American vocabulary and accent, then I'm going to say hello as a Mexican. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo están? ¿Qué onda? In today's class, en la clase de hoy, you're going to learn 4 verbos and 3 tenses. 4 verbs and 3 tenses that you need to master, to really learn and memorize in order to give that big jump into learning Spanish. These verbs are very, very important. Now, these verbs are to be, to have, and to go. Now, many of you say, those are 3, Anna. You don't know how to count? You didn't go to school? Well, just remember I went to school in Pueblo Viejo, right? So I didn't really have the best basic education. But I didn't make a mistake and I do know how to count. I said 3 verbs in English, but 4 verbs in Spanish. Because to be could be ser or could be estar. And you know that because that's probably where you get your headaches very often. So, yes, we're going to learn to go, ir, to have, tener, and to be, ser o estar. To be, ser, o, actually, ser es aquí. Ser, estar, ir, y tener. The reason I organized it this way is not because I just created it and I woke up this morning and I said, I'm going to do it this way. No, there is a reason. I wrote it this way because I think it will help you understand and memorize because there is a common factor in the conjugation. And here, the same. Okay, so it's conscious. This order, is conscious. Muy bien. Let's start. Why do we have to learn these 4 verbs? Well, first of all, they are very useful in Spanish. Very useful. We use it all the time. Todo el tiempo los usamos. And more importantly, y lo más importante, is that I'm going to teach you 3 tenses in no time. 3 tenses that are very handy. Past simple, as if you would say, I went. Present, I go. And future, I'm going to go. So I'm going to give you the 3 tenses that we use a lot for each verb. And you're going to see a common factor. And you're going to understand. And you're going to be able to have a conversation in past, in present, and in future. Because it doesn't matter if you learn the present of this verb. Oh, to be, 0 estar. Very good. Congratulations. Nice to meet you. That's not enough. Usually you're going to speak in past about your past actions. Usually you're going to speak with people about your future plans. Maybe you're going to speak with people about your current state, so you need the present. But really the present, we might use it, but we probably always go to the past and the future because we like to talk about the past and we like to talk about the future. Correcto? Now, let's get to our business meeting in our boardroom. So here is the boardroom. Muy bien. So let's start with to go. Ir. Very good. I'm going to write it here because my organization is so good that I didn't want to mess it up. Ir. I-R. Ir. En presente se dice yo voy, tú vas, usted o él o ella va. 3 people, only 1 verb. That's excellent. That's super easy to understand. Nosotros, we. Nosotros vamos. Vosotros vais. Ustedes y ellos van. That's the present. Now, you're going to tell me, what does it have to be yo voy? Doesn't make sense. It should be yo iré, yo iro, tú irás. No, it's just the way. It's an irregular verb. But as I put it, it's not so irregular because we're going to find a common factor. But just remember that yes, it is irregular. So ir, you're going to transform it into yo voy, tú vas, él va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais. I'm gonna put a asterisco aquí. Y ustedes o ellos van. Now, because of the space in my whiteboard, I put ellos. But it could also be ellas if we're going to talk about a group of women. And it could be also nosotras if we are a group of women. And vosotras if you are a group of women. Muy bien. Now, I put this asterisco, the star here, because you're going to learn vosotros only if you plan to be in Spain, and for you it is very important to speak like they speak. If you are not going to go to Spain, you do not need to learn this conjugation. Forget about it, it's very more difficult, but you really don't need it because first of all, if you go to Spain, you will be understood without it because instead of vosotros, you will be using ustedes and they'll perfectly understand. They'll just think you didn't learn Spanish there, but it's correct. It's perfectly correct and you'll be understood. Now, if it's very important for you, that's good. Muy bien. That's what I put it on the whiteboard. I wanted to have a blackboard and chalk. Why do we have like all this technology? Muy bien. So we hope, yo voy, tú vas, él va, la, muy bonito. Now when you say, I went, you went, she went, we went, and you guys are super happy because in English it's all one. La, it's the same verb, but in Spanish it's not. We have a conjugation. So for each person, we have to put an ending to the verb. For each person. So for example, if I say yo, I went, I said yo fui. You went, tú fuiste. Usted, él o ella, the same conjugation. Fue. Él, ella fue. Nosotros fuimos. Vosotros fuisteis. Fuisteis. Vosotros fuisteis. You have to do this. Ustedes, ellos o ellas fueron. Now this is very easy, right? You just remember that it's like fu, like kung fu, and then you're going to add iste, imos, isteis, y eron. Yo fui, I went, tú fuiste, you went, etc. You can go on and see how this is the past simple, the past that finished when you did something on one day in the past, in 1 year, and on certain date, certain day. Muy bien, that's how you're going to talk about the past. Now, I'm going to teach you, te voy a enseñar una manera muy sencilla de hablar sobre el futuro. I'm going to teach you a very simple but very useful way to talk about the future. This tends to be referred as a near future, but it's not necessarily because you can say I'm going to go on vacation in 2 years. It's really not so close, but you can still use it. And this way is so useful that you are really going to need this verb and you can add the second verb in many ways and learn as many verbs as you can in a very simple way. I'm going to tell you why. See, I'm going to, right? But this is the verb to go. I'm going to go. You are going to go. So you are going to use the present of ir, which is this. This is the present of ir. Voy, vas, vamos, etc. So I'm going to, you're going to say voy. You're going to, vas. Usted, you formal. He or she, él o ella, va. And you're going to see the same thing here. So you have to learn this, and then you're already learning for another use. Muy importante and muy práctico. And then you're going to say, I'm going to, but you're not going to say, I'm going to go. Ir. And you're going to use this as the base form, as they call it infinitive. In your language, in English, infinitive is to go, to walk, to talk, to, and the verb. That's the base form. En español, the base form, the infinitivo, are the verbs that end with AR, ER, and IR, which is all the verbs end with one of those. All of them. Now, because it's conjugated, you're going to conjugate the first. So you're going to use the present of to go, yo voy, and then you're going to use the infinitivo. I'm going to go. You're going to go. He's going to go. We are going to go. So, no, vamos a ir. You might be thinking, why did you only put the verbs? You didn't put the people, the person, the pronouns in each. Well, as you know, in Spanish, we don't have to put the pronouns because the ending of the verb, of the conjugation, is giving you a clue, is giving you who is talking and about who they are talking about. So you don't really need it. Sometimes some people use usted and él and ella just because since they are three people that share the conjugation, sometimes there could be a percentage of misunderstanding. Un porcentaje. Pequeño, but there is. So that's why with usted, él, and ella, sometimes you might see those pronouns more than the rest. Why? Because they share more conjugations. They have one conjugation and it's three people. So sometimes you have to be specific about who the person is. Muy bien, vamos a seguir. El siguiente verbo es to be, pero vamos a hacer la de ser, porque, as you know, como ustedes saben, to be puede ser o estar. Ser, the first, let's call it the first option of to be, is to describe more characteristics, actions that are going to be more long or more permanent, whereas estar has fewer uses and it's more to express temporary actions and also the place, the location. So ser in general, we tend to use it more. It tends to be a more common verb, the translation of to be, let's say. Now, in present and presente is going to be another irregular verb, un verbo irregular. Entonces, I'm going to read and you're going to repeat after me. Yo soy, tú eres, usted es, ella es, él es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, si estás en España. Ellos o ellas son. Y ustedes son. Perdón, me salté esta. I skipped this one. Ustedes, ellos y ellas share the same one. Son. That's the presente. Nosotros somos muy felices. Por ejemplo, ellos son muy felices. Now, we're going to talk about the past. The past simple, the preterit, el pasado simple, el pretérito. Yo fui, tú fuiste, usted fue, él fue, ella fue, nosotros fuimos, vosotros fuisteis, ustedes fueron, ellos o ellas fueron. Do you see something here? ¿Ves algo raro aquí? ¿Ves algo raro? Look well. Do you see something strange? Yes, the past simple of to go and to be as ser is the same. Oh, have you ever heard something like that in Spanish? You're usually like, but why is it so different? But why does it have a different meaning? But why? and you get all overwhelmed and you give up and throw your books. Like, I don't want to learn Spanish anymore. Language. They don't even know it. See? Here you see a beauty that you rarely encounter in the language I speak as my mother language. Something that repeats in something that is important. Muy bien. So yes, the past simple of to go, which is I went, you went, she went, and the past of I was, he was, she was, we were. See, different. You guys are too complicated. But here is so easy, Spanish, so easy. See, the same thing, yo fui. So you have to learn the use, right? If you want to say I went or you went, you're going to know that you're going to say yo fui, tú fuiste. But if you're going to say I was and we were, you already know you're going to use the past of ser. Ser, which is a possible translation of to be. So to be is ser o estar. Muy bien. Now, is that clear? Para el futuro, I think because I gave you such a good trick that for the future, para el futuro, really, what I said is you have to learn the present of ir, to go. Yo voy, tú vas, I go, I'm going to. Okay, let's see. You have to learn the present of to go to express the future in all the other verbs. Once you have that, you're going to add the infinitive of the verb you want to express. Let's say your main verb. I'm going to talk, right? I'm going to is giving you the future, but to talk is the future action. Talk is what you're going to do. I'm going to eat. I'm going to is giving you the fact, the detail that this action is going to happen in the future. To eat is the action you're going to perform. So, to do that en español, para hacer eso, you need the present of the verb to go. Yo voy, tú vas, él va, ella va, usted va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais, ustedes van, ellos o ellas van. That's what is going to give you the future, the fact that this action, the one that you're about to say, is going to happen in the future, near or far. Now, what is the action you're going to perform? To be, ser. So you're going to say, voy a ser, I'm going to be. Vas a ser, you're going to be. Él o usted o ella va a ser. Nosotros vamos a ser. Vosotros vais a ser. Y ustedes o ellos van a ser. Maybe you say, when I am older, I'm going to be an architect. Voy a ser arquitecta. Voy a ser médico forense. Voy a ser ingeniero. So you're going to express the future like that. Muy fácil. ¿Sí? ¿Lo ves? Es muy fácil. Porque learning this will help you express the future in any verb. Así es. And learning this is going to help you learn the past of this verb too. Perfecto. Can we think of something easier? No. Now let's go to the other verb, to have. And the verb to have is, en español, tener. Tener, pasado, presente, futuro. Tener, it's a bit irregular because we're going to see that the E is going to change in some cases for an I and an E, cuando la E cambia por IE, pero muy fácil. So, yo tengo, tú tienes, él, usted, ella tiene, nosotros tenemos, vosotros tenéis, ustedes tienen, ellos tienen y ellas tienen. Now we're going to leave this after because I'm going to tell you something. The future is, what did I say? The future, you're going to make it with the present of ir, voy, vas, etc. Plus the infinitive. And the infinitive is going to be the ones that end with AR, ER, IR. Muy bien. So you're going to say, voy a tener. En 5 años voy a tener una vaca. I'm going to have a cow in 5 years. And maybe in 8 years, I am going to have a horse. Voy a tener un caballo. Vas a tener un caballo. Usted, él o ella va a tener un caballo. Nosotros vamos a tener un caballo. We are going to have a horse. You can borrow it when I have my horse. Vamos a tener un caballo. Vosotros vais a tener un caballo. Vosotros vais a tener un caballo de pura sangre. Vais a tener un caballo. Ustedes o ellos o ellas. Nosotros vamos. See, I repeated here the one for nosotros, but shouldn't be. Van a tener un caballo. Ustedes, ellos o ellas van a tener un caballo. Y me lo voy a robar. I'm going to steal it. Muy bien. At night, en la noche. Muy bien. So, the past. El pasado. El pasado. Ya lo pasado. Pasado. No me interesa. I don't care about the past, they say. Ya lo pasado. Muy bien. El pasado de tener. Yo tengo. Es yo tuve. Tuve. Tú. Tuviste. You had. I had. You had. Tú tuviste. Él, ella o usted, el formal, tuvo. Él tuvo, ella tuvo, usted tuvo. Usted tuvo un caballo. ¿Y dónde está el caballo ahora? Se murió. Nosotros tuvimos. We had. Vosotros tuvisteis. Tuvisteis. I know it's a lot of vowels. Tuvisteis. Vosotros. Ustedes tuvieron. O ellas tuvieron. O ellos tuvieron. They had. So yes, this is the had. This is the have. And this is the I'm going to have. Or you're going to have. Let's say this is the I'm going to. I'm going to. Futuro, presente, pasado. Did you see that I arranged them also in that order? First, current, future. See? Muy bien. Now, we're going to go to the other possibility of to be, which is the verb you love the most. Many of you love the most because you're like, what? You said that for permanent and now this is really non-permanent and then I still... Well, the other possibility of to be is estar. Estar enamorado, estar de vacaciones, estar triste, estar enojado, estar feliz, estar, and all those temporary expressions you want to say, but also the location, to express your location. And that's going to be very similar to have, a tener, muy similar en el pasado. Closer to what happens here, a bit further, but a bit closer. Yo estoy. Let's go faster with this because I'm sure you know the present of estar. And if you don't, then you really have to say it like the poem you say to your girlfriend or boyfriend every day. Like, you have to memorize it and get up and say it. Yo soy. No, yo estoy, tú estás, él está, ella está, usted está, nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, ustedes están, ellos están, ellas están, la 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 la. And then you're gonna wake up every day until you really learn it. Now the past is going to be a bit easy. You said a bit difficult, you thought I was gonna say. I was. Yo estuve. I was in Papua New Guinea in 1972. Yo estuve en Papua Nueva Guinea en 1972. Yo estuve, tú estuviste, él estuvo, usted estuvo, ella estuvo, nosotros estuvimos, vosotros estuvisteis, estuvisteis, ustedes estuvieron, ellos estuvieron y ellas estuvieron. They were as estar. I was, you were, they were, etc. es estuvo. As you see, if we take this out, or you add, if you learn the past of tener, and in estar, you add the es before this, then you have the past of estar. It's easy, right? You think about the past of tener. Okay, you have to memorize the past of tener. Once you memorize the past of tener, you have to remember, oh, the past of estar is only the past simple of estar is, I can make it if I add es in the beginning, and then you're gonna be very happy because that's going to not consume time. So, oh, everything is different in Spanish. Muy bien. El futuro, as I said, very simple. You're going to use the present of to go. Voy, ir, es to go, de infinitivo. Yo voy, tú vas, él va, usted va, ella va. And that is going to give you the I am going. That's going to set you to give the future of the verb you're about to say. I am going to be. Voy a estar. Voy a estar. I'm going to be. Vas a estar. You are going to be. Usted, él, ella va a estar. She, he, or you formal are going to be. We are going to be. Vamos a estar. Vosotros vais a estar flipaos. Vosotros vais a estar. Ustedes. I keep saying like vamos. I'm traumatized. You know why? Because I always think of we. We are going to. But here is you. Van a estar. You, ustedes, ellos o ellas van a estar. Ustedes van a estar. Ellos van a estar. So you're going to express the future. These are the 4 verbs in Spanish. Estos son los 4 verbos en español that you really need to learn. Not only the verbs in present, but in past simple, en pretérito, preterit, and in future. And this future is going to help you to express near actions or future actions. Doesn't matter. So, for the past, see the past of these 2 verbs and see the past of these 2 verbs and see how easy it would be to really master and start speaking in past, which we use very often. And for the future, you really need to memorize the present of to go, de ir, yo voy, la, etc. And use that as a base to express the future of any verb, just as you would do in English. I am going to talk, I am going to walk, I am going to swim, I am going to, I am giving it to you here. So use that to make that future possible and to see that speaking in tenses is not that difficult in Spanish if you find common factors. Muy bien. I hope you enjoyed my lesson. And if you didn't, well, that's too bad. Makes me sad. But if you did, that makes me happy. I hope you're learning Spanish with my lessons, or at least my lessons are helping you to pass your tests or to go through your course and be more prepared. Go to my website and sign up to get my newsletter. Now, my newsletter is usually, it's not really a newsletter, that's how we call it, but it's more about, not an article, a longer article about a topic, either I think it would be interested for you to know, a topic about Spanish that I think you would benefit from, or some skills or some vocabulary or some phrases that are very handy when you are learning a language, but in a more broad way, in a way that will really help improve your Spanish. Muy bien. So that's all for today. Bueno, adiós, que la pases bien, que tengas un excelente fin de semana. Yo voy a tener un excelente fin de semana. Adiós.